What's up, guys? All right, new week. We are back on the Oldsmobile. I have done a couple things this week, actually. Let me show you. Kind of a real quick glance. We got a car show. Not car show. Got a Christmas parade this Saturday. So, I figured we'll take Worthless. I added some good old Christmas lights to her. It's kind of like a real quick thing. Kind of threw it all over the place. I thought there'd be a lot more than that, Paid $20 for these. So, not too terrible. Trying to turn them on here. Give you guys an idea what they are. All right. Yeah. So, we got that covered. I was going to do the flames. I was going to shoot flames during this parade. But my wife's going to be riding with me. So, I want to keep them safe. I don't want to do anything like that to risk anything. So, we're not going to be doing that. Let me turn these off here. So, that'll be cool. Hopefully it's not too cold and we will bring this thing out. The heater doesn't work very good in this whole thing. So yeah, no big deal. Anyways, I'm going to show you what we got going on this. Yeah, let me get past here real quick. We got the rear bumper on. Chrome, not too sure about it, but we do got chrome accents and all that crap already, so not a big deal. I think it looks pretty good. Tires. Still on the old tires. Hopefully we'll get those other ones this week. If not, then I guess we'll do it next week. But this is what I'm going to show you guys. Now, I know I should be working on the powertrain and all that other goody stuff, but I can't because I'm broke. So, another thing we need to talk about being broke is we're not doing a diesel. As much as I'd love to, I cannot keep up with the maintenance if that thing breaks down on this road trip that we're going to take. So we got roughly 1,500 miles that we need to travel on this. So hopefully nothing does happen, but if it did, I would not be able to fix it. More than likely not be able to fix on the side of the road if something major was to happen. Now, speaking of that, we are going to do an LS. I've never done an LS. I've always been carbureted, try to keep it simple. So LS is definitely going to be a step that I'm not familiar with. Hopefully it works out. So, still got to come up with money for an LS though. So that's why we're not messing with it. What we are going to mess with is these. So if you guys remember, I cut these out to fit the new tires. And we got plenty of room now. But we have this roll on this body line, and I love it. I don't want to lose it. And we did lose it. So, I actually have these old pieces. And these are the pieces I cut out. This is for the passenger side. This is for the driver's side. Now, I have cut this down. I cut the bottom edge of that off. And I cut the top off. Reason being is because I am actually going to overlap this. And as you can see, we get our body roll back. Now, we do have a little spot missing. Not a big deal. I would move this up. But the higher you move it up, the more gap that is. So it almost looks like a fender flare. And I'm not 100% sure about having a fender flare on an old car like this. Which actually, now that I'm holding that up there, guys, a fender flare wouldn't be too bad. That looks pretty good. I'll just take that down there. But the idea is move this down where it's almost flush there. And then we got our body roll. So I need to get this finished cutting up, get that fitted. And once I do, I'm going to put the stitching over it after it's welded. I'll put stitching on it like I have on the back of the Model A. I'll show you that. If you guys aren't familiar with this other car, this one had a chop top on it. So I ended up taking some metal coat hanger. I put stitching all around where the body was cut. Obviously, I did it over the taillights too. That's just for looks. Of course, all this is for looks, but it just kind of looks like it's pieced together, more Frankensteinish type stuff. And that's what we're going for. So, probably do the same thing on this thing. Only thing that I need to do is get those cut, get them fitted, and we will mess with that. Now, another thing that I've done, I know it's a rat rod, but we don't want that frame rusting out any more than it already is. So, got this side sanded down, got it painted gloss black, and I got a lot more to do on the inside of the frame and the other side. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch that, so I'm not going to torture you and put that in the video. But I did get more paint. So yeah, that's kind of the idea that we are working with today. Yeah. So, let's see how this thing goes. Okay, that don't look too bad. Even got the little nick there. I don't like that. Here's what she is. She's a certified rat, so it don't matter. Yeah, turned out pretty good, I think. Even tack marks and all. Just leave that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure those 37 should clear. Like I said, just kind of waiting on them. We'll kind of see what happens here. But other than that, guys, that's gonna be it today. So, you know, since it gets dark at 3 in the afternoon, it feels like we're gonna call it quits, since I ain't got no big fancy shop or nothing like that. Man, I wish it did. It would come in handy for sure. I would put it in the garage. Once I put it in the garage and put the other tires on, though, I wouldn't be able to pull it out. It'd be too tall. Yeah. Other than that, that's it for today, guys. See you when I see you. Guys, it's cold out. I'm not built for the cold, I promise you. So. Well, Finley's over there. What a guy. Anyways, so without further interruption, we're gonna be working on this thing today. Need to get a lot of this firewall out. All right, well, I guess video turned off at some point, but I did go ahead and finish getting everything on the firewall. Now I got a couple odds and ends left, and we actually got some of the inside of the core out. We got the heater core and the floor vents. Got that taken out. So that side over there is pretty much bare. I need to do wires, all that crap like that. Need to strip this side. Oh, we got quite a bit of crap that we need to take out. Really a lot of the wires and fuse panel and just random kind of junk, really. Yeah, just a couple things here and there, odds and ends. I am going to go ahead and finish cutting this all the way across. Once we get this cut out, we will have all this room to mess with, and hopefully rebuild the floors whenever we get the engine and transmission. So that will be a step whenever we get there. Let's see what else. the firewall being open like it is, if you look at this thing, it's a complete flat surface. So it's gonna be perfect for me just to bead roll just one flat pan and just cover that entire firewall. So I think that'd be really neat. Yeah. So we're gonna call it quits here today. And probably get a little bit more done tomorrow. Depending. Tomorrow's Friday, so yeah, no idea what the plans are. We'll just see what happens. Yeah, one day at a time, guys. All right, morning. Not really working on the Oldsmobile today, but I will say I did get some steel. So I got some 1x1 square tubing. Plan on kind of framing in some of the rocker panels and the trunk. Right by the rocker panels, it's real rusted out. You know, if we're gonna have people stepping up on that, we don't want to break the bottom of the car out. So we are going to go ahead and support those. And the trunk, I will go ahead and frame in. That way we can kind of get it sealed up and start on the back wall for the back seats. Now, something that is going to be pretty dang cool is, you guys probably already know now, I don't do the cold. So with this car being outside, it makes it hard. But now, I have kind of thought about some things, and I would still like to work on the car even though I can't work on the car. And what I mean by that is, I got to do door panels, floor pans, you know, the firewall, I got to do that, the type of steel like that. And the good thing about that is there is a guy that's going to lend me a bead roller. So that will definitely be a learning experience. Hopefully it turns out good. We're just going to do it, you know, see how it goes. So I will get that in the weeks to come, try and get it figured out. But that will keep it to where I'm working on the car in a garage that has a wall heater instead of outside in the frigid temps. So, you know. Anyways, but what we are doing today is we're going to head to Timmy's, and we are going to put the engine in his rat rod. We got it put in there yesterday. We just got to finish buttoning up everything, such as headers and carb and all that goody stuff like that, and really get this thing hopped up. Hopefully it turns out good. Last engine kind of bit the dust, so that's what it is on that one. So we do got a pretty good engine that's going to this thing. Hopefully it turns out good for him and we don't blow it up. So yeah, that's where I'm headed. I'll see you guys here in a second. All right, Timmy got this engine, pretty good deal. It's a 350. Don't really know anything about it other than we started it, ran great before. And the other car that we had pulled this out of, guy there in Oklahoma, very good guy. So I see no issues with this engine whatsoever. Yes, we got everything hooked up. A couple things, we don't have the power steering pump or the alternator on. You gotta get some different brackets for that, being a short water pump. And then, so We are going to go ahead and fire this thing up, though. Alright, I'm going to set you guys up on the stand here. Did you feel the parking good? Morning, guys. All right, today's Sunday, and I know this video is probably all over the place. Apologize for that. It's been a busy week, kind of hectic, doing different things. So did not really talk anymore about Timmy's engine after we got running, but runs very strong. It's putting out a heck of a lot more power than what was in it, that's for sure. So hopefully he'll be able to enjoy that and kind of take that thing and just cruise it around. Christmas parade last night. Showed you guys how all the lights and all that. Said the car was ready to go to the Christmas parade. Well, it was. I pulled out of the garage. Had issues with the fuel pump. If you guys have been watching this before, like, I've had nothing but fuel pump issues with this car. And I've tried about everything under the sun. And what it is I lose prime in those pumps. Now, I bought one from O'Reilly's, and I can get, probably 20, 30 miles out of a fuel pump, and then I have to replace it. So I put number 7 fuel pump on last night. Got running, went down the road a little bit, start cutting out again. So I put number 8 on there. I always carry a spare one, so put it on there, changed the fuel filter, and took the fuel line, blew back through the line to the tank, made sure there was nothing in it, and it didn't even hardly want to run again. So I'm at a point now, I'm just livid over this deal, 8 fuel pumps does not make sense, because putting a mechanical fuel pump on a small block, you rarely have an issue. So I don't know if it's just O'Reilly's junk that I'm using or what. Not to bash them at all, but damn, this is ridiculous. So, and before you guys say anything, I have replaced the fuel line twice, going from the tank to the fuel pump. Before, the fuel tank was fed out of the top of it, so I had to pull fuel from the top of the tank. I thought, well, maybe that's a problem. So I actually drilled a hole in the bottom of the tank, tapped it, and made it to where it's gravity feed, and the gas just flows to the carburetor. It's got good fuel, run 91 in it, I get fuel same place with all of my vehicles. I don't have any issue with it. And it's getting to a point where it's annoying, you know? I mean, I'm this close to throwing a for sale sign on that sucker over something so stupid. And I'm an idiot for thinking that. I really am. But it's just a smaller crap that is so aggravating on something like that. So I didn't even film it last night. That's not something that I really want to even put out there because I was pissed. So we did not make the Christmas parade. And which I guess that's all right. You know, it's pretty dang cold. So, but I'm going to the house now. I'm going to try and fire this thing up on starting fluid. Just enough to get it to run. Push it out of the garage and probably clean the garage up. And get ready for a table to do a lot of bead rolling on. So, talked about bead rolling at the first of the vehicle, or the first of the video. And that's what we need to work on. So it might be a couple weeks before I get that table over there, but you know, got to get prepared for it. So, anyways, yeah, having issues with that thing. It's pretty aggravating. I guess the next step is we'll take the fuel tank off, drain it. I mean, just clean the crap out of it. Probably run something through the fuel line, make sure that it's all cleaned out. And I guess throw a different fuel pump on there. I'm not going to put the O'Reilly's crap on there. I'll find something else. So that's what we'll try and do. Other than that, I'm going to end the video off here. Hopefully we'll get into something a little bit better next week and really get rocking and rolling on something. So other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. And subscribe, do whatever. I'm not going to force you to watch my crap. I'm sure it's entertaining to some, not to others, so big deal. I just enjoy making videos for you guys. And it keeps me motivated on building. So, other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. All right, you want to tell them bye? Knuckles. Boom, boom.